So Matthew 24:40. Go ahead and flip open to Matthew 24:40, my love. We will get to the bait of Satan soon enough, my love. So, cool. So, verse 40. Then 2 men will be left in the field. One will be taken away, and one left. 2 women will be grinding grain with a handmill. One will be taken away, and one left. Therefore be alert, since you do not know what day your Lord is coming. But know this, if the homeowner had known what time the thief was coming, he would have stayed alert and not let his house be broken into. This is why you are also to be ready, because the Son of Man is coming at an hour you do not expect. When we deal with the concept of being ready, and I tell you to get ready because we're going to leave, what do I ask you to dress in?
Clothes.
Shirt too. What do I always say? Shirt to shoes, right? Okay. You need shoes before you can go outside. Unless, of course, there's a reason and the land says, okay, you need to connect and the Lord needs to connect through you because the feeling of the grass is wonderful on your feet. St. Augustine grass in the state of Florida is particularly wonderful because it spreads like a thick carpet under your feet and provides lots of cushion. And you can see the Spanish moss going from the live oaks and the cypress trees with their cypress knees and all other furry woodland creatures that are there, and the green herons and the great egrets, especially the peeping tom crane, the great egret that likes to run through my mother's neighborhood and peep into houses looking for God knows what.
Probably food.
Yes, he's ready to eat. Our responsibility is to be ready, having our feet shod with readiness. Very good. Having our feet shod with readiness. Because at any moment, Jesus will come back and boom.
At some point, if you are willing, I would like to interject.
Absolutely. Part of what we are supposed to do, what we are made to do as his children, is to be ready. Not to slack or lollygag, but to be ready. Pam, you said you had something.
I do.
Go ahead, my love.
So, in addition to that...
Hold on 1 second. Let's wait until you're closer.
In addition to that, I want to cross-reference to the readiness of Paul saying, pray without ceasing. And people hear that, pray without ceasing, and go, well, I can't just spend my whole life and pray without ceasing. And I've heard people say that, but it's not true. You can spend your whole life praying without ceasing because God is constantly communicating to us. We can constantly communicate with Him. But the principle behind pray without ceasing is that your life, what you're doing, you're taking care of your children, your work, your schooling, whatever it is that you're doing, playing with your friends, should always be in alignment with, I can talk to God at any time. It should, your life should be consistently following the principles such that you can talk to Him in prayer at any time, because you're not embarrassed of, I can't pray while I'm doing this because God doesn't approve of this. I'm not really doing what God would want me to do right now. If you're living your life in knowing that, if He was chatting with you, if He showed up and chatted with you right that second, He'd be completely fine with you playing with your friends, and completely fine with you doing your schoolwork, and completely fine with, whatever it is that you're doing, having a meal, because we got to break that whole religious mindset well, the only thing I should be doing when he arrives is on my face praying, or, ignoring everything around me and just reading the word. That's not what God expects of us. He expects us to take the principles in the word that, of course, we set apart time to read, and to apply them to every aspect of our life. Now, jumping to the cross reference here, where you can always be in an attitude of pray without ceasing, that same thing is ready when he comes. Okay? I'm ready when he comes, because no matter what I'm doing when he comes, no matter what I'm doing when he comes, I'm completely fine that he showed up. I'm ready. My heart is in the right place. I'm following the principles. I'm feeding my kids. I'm, walking the dogs. I'm taking a shower. I'm doing my job, whatever. But my heart is well with him. I'm following the principles. I'm in the place that for the best that I can determine he wants me to be, and I'm walking out life. That's readiness. If he, it's not a, holy cow, if he shows up right now, I haven't confessed this and this and this and this sin, and I might not make it. And I've heard people say that too. Live your life ready. Live your life ready that you could die at any moment, that a stray bullet could come through the window and whack you, and you had no idea. Your heart could seize at any moment, and you're dead. I mean, that could happen. Both are very real possibilities. You can look them up on news and find tons of news stories. Be ready for he could show up at any second. Yeah. We don't know when he's coming. It's going to be when we're not thinking about it. Oh, I'm in the middle of getting up and getting ready for school. Our brain is not on the second, on the rapture, the second coming, or the arrival of Jesus. But what I'm doing should be in line with the arrival of Jesus. And the truth is, if we really looked at it, he is here. Yep. He is with us. He is listening to us. He is talking to us. We should always be able to pray, and we should always be able to welcome him no matter what's happening.
Yes.
That's what readiness means to me.
Sweet. So, let me point something else out here too, because this passage covered something that people are going to say, oh, well, what about this? What about this? 2 men working in the field, one's taken away, somebody's sleeping, and then one is taken away and the other is left. 2 women grinding at the grain at the mill, one will be taken, the other left. There are 2 ways of looking at this. If you believe in a secret rapture, a pre-trib rapture, or whatever the case, an unexpected rapture, this could be somebody being raptured out of a situation. I have also had a chance to have conversations with those who believe this is the wicked being taken away and the righteous remaining. So there are a couple of ways of looking at this. So our responsibility as we read the scripture is to read it for ourselves, to have a conversation with the Lord about it, and come to an understanding of how we would interpret it as we look at this faithfully. Now, there is an opportunity for us to say, if we're talking about the days of Noah, everybody was taken away and only 8 souls were left on the earth in the flood. Everything else was taken away. So we have this idea, possibly, that what you have is, it's not the righteous being taken away, but the wicked that are being taken away, and the righteous remain. Because as we all know, the earth, Romans 8, groans for the manifestation of the sons of God. And if the sons remain to bring transformation to the earth before the new heavens and the new earth come, and we're supposed to bring the earth into its place as best we can, using the principles, because we are made responsible to steward and manage everything before the Lord returns, then it would behoove us to continue working and continue treat it like in the days of Noah, conducting business. My job is not to necessarily focus on Jesus is coming, when is Jesus coming. My job is to continue to, morning by morning, Hanukkah by Hanukkah, I teach a double-edged theme, usually a binary theme, a fractal of 2. I usually teach, and we grab something greasy because Hanukkah involves the celebration of, the Festival of Light, and there's this massive amount of celebration and greasy foods that are partaken of during Hanukkah. It's part of the celebration. So
Donuts.
year by year, donuts, yum yum. Our responsibility is to keep doing what we were made to do and keep with a steady keel, plowing ahead, connecting with the Lord, helping others build relationship with the Father and the King of all glory. And it's for us to respond to Him. And when He comes, He comes. We interact with Jesus, and when Dad says to him, it's time for you to go and take care of the situation, it's time for you to return. Okay then, everything shifts. But up until that point, you keep buying your donuts, you keep celebrating, you keep connecting, you keep teaching your kids how to relate, you keep having kids, you keep marrying, you keep conducting business, and you don't fret about, oh, Jesus is coming, I can't do this anymore, I have to get ready. No, I do get ready in the Spirit, but I keep conducting business. I don't stop the business I'm conducting. So, gang, be at peace. We love you. Matthew 24:44. Get ready. Feet shod with readiness. The third of the 7 things that we wear as part of the believer's armor. The shoes of readiness. Be at peace. And we love you guys. Bye-bye.